This is where it gets fun. This is where I come alive.
A lot to say. We're just ready to show up, and Jake's in good shape. His mind is very locked in and focused for this. So, we're all looking forward to this. So.
Jake Paul is deep into a grueling heavyweight training camp in Miami as he prepares for his December 19th clash with Anthony Joshua. He's brought in elite sparring partners to mirror Joshua's size and power while working closely with top-level coaches. Advanced recovery methods and specialized training tools are a part of his daily routine, all aimed at sharpening technique, building endurance, and strengthening his mindset for the biggest test of his career. Jake Paul's training camp for the Anthony Joshua fight reveals a level of dedication most fans never witness. His coach says the real work happens far from the cameras through endless hours of conditioning, punishing gym sessions, and obsessive attention to detail. Preparing to face a fighter of Joshua's caliber demands total commitment. The physical fatigue is constant, the mental pressure relentless, yet Jake continues to push forward. This camp isn't about spectacle, it's about proving he belongs at the highest level.
People don't realize how much is sacrificed in the camp, and Jake sacrificed a lot to get ready for the last fight on top of releasing the new brand W, and so he needed a break. And so we took a month off, got right back in there, and now we're getting ready for Mike, and we're not as heavy as we were before, which is a plus for us. I didn't want us to go back up, but you can guarantee he's going to be ready to fight night. I think in the last 6 weeks, you've seen Jake slowly tighten himself up and get himself prepared, and he's really locked in now. So what we've been able to see is Jake evolve into the gladiator. He's slowly evolving into the gladiator that he has become for fight night. About time he finishes the camp and goes through everything he needs to go through, by that night he'll be fully prepared. His outer shell that he needs to be able to go in there and be the gladiator for the night, he'll have that ready. And that's what you see happening now. That's the process in which we're in now.
Every part of Jake Paul's camp is built around one objective: defeating a proven former champion. Analysts point out that his mindset is just as critical as his physical conditioning. Jake visualizes fight scenarios, prepares for adversity, and designs each session to strengthen confidence while correcting flaws. This mental discipline allows him to stay calm under pressure and execute without hesitation. It reflects a level of growth that separates him from the image of a social media star stepping into boxing.
I love this shit. Built for this shit. Enjoy the process, enjoy the moment. When it's over, I'm gonna be missing these moments.
145.
Sparring partners have become a defining element of Jake Paul's preparation. Sources inside his camp say Jake regularly tests himself against seasoned boxers, at times dominating sessions to reinforce his confidence and edge. Facing Anthony Joshua, however, marks a new level of challenge. For the first time, Jake is consistently sparring opponents who mirror Joshua's size and power. This is exactly what he wants. Fighters who push him to his limits, force adjustments, and expose weaknesses. These sessions allow Jake to work under real pressure, sharpen his defense, and experiment with combinations that could matter against a true heavyweight.
Tell us about your training with Jake Paul, when that was, how much sparring you did with him.
So training with Jake Paul, I got to understand how he was as a fighter. He was new into the boxing scene. He was developing at a very quick rate. This guy trained his ass off. Like, we would spar twice a week in the hot ass gym in Puerto Rico. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Dude, when I tell you Jake was beating up all these professional boxers who was sparring them, it was just one of those, like, bro, he was whooping their ass and sending them home. That same night, he told everybody bluntly, I'm sending you, and home. Only person thinks he's this guy, Anthony. And he was like, the reason why, because this motherfuckers coming here and giving me work that I need. None of y'all is giving me the work y'all need. I'm beating y'all ass and y'all get out.
Respected boxing trainer Tony Jeff has highlighted the extraordinary intensity of Jake Paul's current training camp, making it clear this is far from a standard boxing setup. According to Jeff, the structure mirrors preparation normally reserved for Olympic-level athletes. Paul is using cutting-edge equipment, advanced recovery systems, and highly specialized conditioning methods designed to maximize performance. Every element of the camp is personalized, targeting strength, speed, endurance, and technical precision in equal measure. Jeff explains that this approach allows Jake to adapt quickly to new challenges and maintain a sharp edge from the opening rounds. Unlike traditional camps that often prioritize power or cardio alone, Paul's preparation is fully comprehensive, ensuring no weakness goes unaddressed. The sophistication and intensity of the environment send a clear message. Jake Paul is treating this fight as a true elite-level challenge and is committed to succeeding at the highest possible level.
Great strength training for explosive power, slamming that ball against the wall and rotating, just like you'd be throwing a hook. You see there, he's caught it, he's pulled it back, turning into it, boom. We also see he's getting in the ice bath here. Now, ice baths is not just good for recovery, helping with the inflammation in your body after what you've been putting it through, but it's also good for the mental side of things. Because when you go in an ice bath, everything in your mind is saying, get out of here, what are you doing? So you've got to get past that part of your mind that's telling you that and push through it. So it's great for your mindset as well. Now, one more thing I just want to add with Jake Paul's training before I give you a recap on it. We always see him training. Look, he's got like a group of people around him. There's cameramen there, there's coaches there, all spurring him on. Now, boxing is normally a very lonely sport. When you're in the gym, it's normally you and your coach. Unless you're dealing with a group of people, it's harder for you to get the one-on-one attention that you need. So when you're fighting as a pro, when I was fighting as a pro, it was often just me and my coach. Sometimes there will be another guy in there as well. Sometimes my dad would come, which really helped push me through the session. But when my friends did ever come, maybe one session here and there, that spurred me on even more to get the most out of us. As we see here, he's got people around him all the time. Cameramen, coaches, friends, strength and conditioning coaches, his boxing coach, and he's just his full team around him who's getting paid. What that does is help the fighter, in this case Jake, get more out of the sessions rather than being there by himself, which I think is great. When I was training for the Olympics, we had that sort of support around us and it was amazing. But when I turned pro, that went out the window because you've got to pay for that support. So now my final thoughts on Jake Paul's boxing training. There isn't anything I can pull apart here. Everything he's doing is at the highest level.
Veteran boxing analyst Dan Raphael has observed clear growth in Jake Paul's abilities since his bout with Tommy Fury. He points to noticeable improvements in technique, stamina, and overall ring intelligence, noting that Paul now shows a deeper understanding of timing, positioning, and tactical decision-making. Raphael acknowledges that this progress reflects Paul's ability to learn from setbacks and evolve as a fighter. However, he also stresses that the challenge presented by Anthony Joshua exists on a completely different level. While Paul's development is real, this fight will demand that every lesson be executed perfectly under extreme pressure. Facing a former unified champion leaves no margin for error and requires elite-level composure and strategy. Adding another layer to the discussion, a Wade Concept host examines Paul's mindset and issues a cautionary note about overconfidence. While belief is essential in combat sports, analysts warn that confidence can become dangerous if it drifts into denial. Relying solely on faith rather than fully respecting Joshua's power and experience could prove costly. The message is clear. Psychological strength must be paired with realism, discipline, and honest preparation to survive a challenge of this magnitude.